the story that I loved 2 decades ago is different than the story I love now as an adult. So 2 decades later, what is the storyline that you see most differently? Not because the movie has changed, but because you've changed.
Oh, that's such an interesting question.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Mr. Curtis, an honor to see you again, sir. How are you?
I'm very happy now. It's pitch black here in England.
It'll be pitch black in Chicago in about 4 hours. So we're right behind you, sir. I'm going to jump into this.
We're ready for mulled wine over here.
Always. I exist in a constant state of ready for that. I'm going to jump into this. For so many people, Christmas movies are a tradition. They watch the same ones every year. It's a comfort for many of us. But I want to know, for the people who create these Christmas movies, whether you're writing or you're directing them, do you allow your own films to be a part of your Christmas tradition? Would you ever gather the family around and say, all right, guys, it's time to watch Genie. All right, guys, gather the kids. It's time to watch Love Actually.
I mean, I think they'd kill me if I said it was time to watch Love Actually again. But maybe this year. I mean, I don't know. Our family aren't getting together till, December the 18th. And we might watch the Genie film this year if we can hold off. That is a possibility, even though it's always a battle between anything I've ever tried and Elf. And normally Elf wins.
I would always choose you, sir, over Elf. Always. When you start talking about genies, I try not to ask cliche junket questions, but the concept of wishes is always going to come up. So I'm going to try to approach this from an angle that not everyone's doing. When you first put pen to paper and start writing a script, what is wish number one that you really hope comes true?
Wow. I mean, look, my friend Danny Boyle said that the secret behind movies, the only thing that matters in a movie, he said, is the beginning and the end, and the beginning not so much. So the first thing I hope for is that the movie's got a good end, because no matter how hard you try, if the end's no good, everyone walks away saying, I didn't enjoy that much. And this movie started with the end. I kind of knew where it was going the whole way through. So my wish is always that I'm not hoping the end appears, but that I start knowing with how it's going to finish.
Can I just honestly tell you, and I wouldn't say this if I didn't believe it, it's a great ending. It's fantastic. So you crushed it. If I didn't believe so, I would just awkwardly move on to the next question. So you absolutely crushed it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Speaking of, you mentioned Love Actually before, 20 years since it hit theaters. And the thing I always say is that movies don't change, we change. The story that I loved 2 decades ago is different than the story I love now as an adult. So 2 decades later, what is the storyline that you see most differently? Not because the movie has changed, but because you've changed.
Oh, that's such an interesting question. Now that my life is sort of calmer, and now that I'm a gentle older man, last time I watched it, I really loved the stupid story with Colin going to America. Because I just thought, I thought I wasted my youth and I wish I was 27 again. So I'm sorry, I've got more shallow rather than more deep.
I just love just how that story turns out. The walking into the bar, it's brilliant. It still yields one of the biggest laughs every time one of the girls walks in. People think I'm crazy when I say this, but I truly believe that Love Actually is the reason that All I Want for Christmas has become the hit that it is, why it plays every year. Can you talk about using that song in the film and the impact you think Love Actually had on it?
I mean, don't say that anywhere near Mariah Carey. She's going to sue you. She's going to sue you out of your job. But the truth of the matter is, I really listened to that a lot while I was writing the movie. You're sitting in a dark office in the middle of March, and you're just dreaming about a movie. And that song is so irresistibly cheerful that I would sometimes put it on a loop. So it was kind of the fuel behind the movie. So if I've managed to rack up any extra sales for Mariah, I'm delighted.
Because God knows she needs it.
I don't think she needs it.
I feel like the sign of a good movie, and it's the same case with Genie as well, but a sign of a good movie is when it's over years later, you're still wondering, I wonder what happened to those characters. I know we got a little bit of a follow-up on Red Nose Day, but I'm sort of curious, of all the Love Actually storylines, which one is the most that you find yourself wondering, where are they today, 20 years later?
Well, I mean, I think Hugh Grant would definitely be divorced. I don't think there's any doubt in that. I think what I do is I tick through them and say if any of them lasted 20 years. I think the Naked Couple would have lasted, but Hugh would be onto his third wife. There's no doubt about it.
That's fantastic. I've got to tell you, swinging back around to Jeannie, there is a line in the script that literally made me spit out my drink. And it's when Melissa says about Jesus Christ being the Son of God. I thought he was kidding. I've got to tell you, you have made lines that make me laugh, that make me cry. The my son, my dad moment from About Time, I crumble every time I watch that. So I'm sort of curious for you. I know you're sort of very close to all these projects, but what is the line or the moment you've written or directed in your career that still has the most emotional effect on you when it's played out on the screen?
Well, do you know, I think, I mean, there's a lovely line at the end of this one, you know, when Melissa says most people are cruel and selfish, but that was never you. And I think she did that phrasing, and I love that. I like the end of About Time, where he says, you know, life's a roller coaster and we have to relish this remarkable ride. That's kind of what I'm trying to do every day. Just see what's around you, try not to hope for more, and see whether you can just enjoy the texture of every day.
I love that. Mr. Curtis, I asked for extra time with you just because I'm such a fan of you and your work, sir, and every word that you've put down on paper is a blessing to all of us. So I appreciate you giving me that time, and thank you for always doing just such incredible work that makes all of our lives richer, man. It was always an honor to speak with you.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. Take care. Bye, guys.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.